Morning. Today I'm going to be talking about maths in the early years, looking at some different developmental milestones and some fun activities that you could have a go at home. If you've got any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat section, or if you want to share any maths activities or maths hacks that you do at home with your early years child, then please feel free. So maths in the early years is always kept very play-based. It's fun and exciting for you to want to engage in, and often they might not even realise that they're learning. The idea is that children will develop fundamental skills that will really act as like a foundation for the rest of their maths development, from looking at early counting skills, different problem solving skills, and much more. The idea is that your child is to develop a kind of positive attitude towards maths, which will really help them throughout the rest of their mathematical education. So we're going to talk about some different milestones now, but please be aware that each and every child is different and unique, and each child will progress at their own rates. So if you do have any concerns or worries, please feel free to talk to your child's key person or their nursery or school, and I'm sure they'll offer you some guidance and support. So milestones are often split into 0 to 3, 3 to 4, and reception. So in 0 to 3, some of the milestones that your child will be working towards will include learning counting behaviour. So this could be 1, 3, 2. It's not necessarily in the correct order at this stage, and that's absolutely fine. They'll be exploring with stacking, so stacking different bricks or cups, and also recognising differences in quantities. So if you've got 2 sweets and they've got 5, they might recognise that they've got more and you've got less. So there's lots of different things that you could do for your early years child in 0 to 3 to support their maths. Even as a baby, you can add in different routines to your day, and that will actually support early math skills. And engaging in a range of different nursery rhymes will really help as well. There's lots of nursery rhymes that have different mathematical concepts or numbers, such as 5 currant buns, which looks at using money, and 5 little speckled frogs. A lovely idea from the Twinkle Parents Hub for the 5 little speckled frogs is this one here. So although it is a 0 to 1 activity, it can be adapted for children of all years in the early years. The idea is that you make some green jelly and add in some different plastic frogs. Your child can then have a go at rescuing them, and for your baby you could simply sing the song and model counting them. This is a great sensory experience that they'll enjoy engaging with, as children and babies learn through engaging with their senses. For older children, you can encourage them to count how many frogs there are, and also see if they can match numbers to the correct amount as well. This resource includes different ways on how you play with it, and some different ways that you could adapt it further as well. Another quick and easy idea to engage your 0 to 3-year-old is, whilst you're reading stories, point out different shapes that you can see, and you could also model counting again. So if there's ducks, you could say, oh look, there's 1, 2, 3 ducks. If your child is speaking, you could get them to copy you saying 1, 2, 3 and copying the names of the shapes as well. So another idea is to ensure that your child has lots of opportunities to kind of engage with play-based things. So if you're playing with cars, you could count down and say 3, 2, 1. Just kind of show that maths is all around us, to kind of promote them to want to engage as well. When your child reaches 3 to 4, there's again lots of different milestones that children will progress through. I'm going to show you a document now that kind of summarises the maths milestones. If you watched Friday's live, you might recognise this sheet. So we have a resource for each age phase and each area of development with different developmental milestones. They're really handy because you can print them out and colour them in to see where your child needs to work on different milestones. So in 3 to 4, there's lots of different milestones, such as show finger numbers, say 1 number for each item in order, describing familiar routes, looking at different patterns. There's also things like subitizing up to 3. So subitizing is where you recognise an amount but don't have to count it. So if there's 2 pens on the table, it's recognising that's 2 without having to count them. Or using a dice is another great example. So lots of different milestones that they're going to be working towards, including linking numerals, so the written number and the amount. So I'm going to share a couple of easy activities that you could do for your 3 to 4 year old, but that could also be adapted for younger and older children as well. So this one is simply using a Ziploc bag. Draw on a fish with a whiteboard pen or a sharper pen, but just make sure that it's dry. Draw on some circles for the bubbles and then number them 1 to 10. Add in 10 pom-poms and zip up the bag. And then your child can have a go at moving the pom-poms to the different bubbles. They could tell you what number they've landed on, or you could roll the dice and get your child to move that specific amount of pom-poms into the bubbles as well. It's a great activity that could easily be popped into your bag, so you could take it out and about with you. You could do it whilst you're out for a meal or on the train. Just a great easy game to keep them engaged, but will also support their physical development as well as they're moving the pom-poms around. This next idea is made through Taste Safe Sand. Taste Safe Sand is made through mixing flour, vegetable oil and water, and the instructions on how to make that are being added into the comment section now as well. So with this one, I've just added in some stars of different numbers. You could add in different shapes with numbers as well and hide them underneath the sand. Your child could simply explore with their fingers and their hands, or they could use child-safe tweezers or a peg to support their fine motor skills, their physical development as well. They could tell you what number it is as they pull it out, and they could even put it into a number line. To make the number line a little bit more visual, they could also have a go at using some of the modelling dough, Taste Safe Sand, a bit like modelling dough, and rolling it into balls because it is malleable as well. So as your child enters reception, again, there's so many different milestones that they're going to be working towards in their maths development. But again, it is kept very practical and play-based and relatable to the real world as well. So I'm going to show you another I Can resource for 4 to 5 year olds. So this one's for 4 to 5 year olds who are in reception. So these are the milestones that children should be reaching by the end of reception. So there are other ones that they'll be working towards, but these are just a few that they'll be working towards for the end of reception. So things like doubling facts, recognising odds and evens and how things can be shared, automatically recalling number bonds to 5, so knowing that 3 and 2 is 5, knowing that 5 take away 1 is 4, and they should be able to do that automatically by the end of reception. And also subitizing again, so recognising but not counting up to 5, and developing number sense up to 10, so again recognising what different numbers can be put together to make 10. So here is an idea for addition. So you could use some different bits of cards, write on some numbers, an addition symbol and an equal symbol. And you could use some modelling dough or sticky tack and get your child to physically press in with a pen or their fingerprint to represent each number. They can then physically count how many they've got all together and have a go at recognising that written numeral to put it as the answer. I definitely recommend getting your child to say the number sentence once they're finished to really kind of reinforce the fact that that is addition as well. As I've mentioned, children need to be able to automatically recall number bonds to 5 and some to 10 by the end of reception. So there's a really handy game for number bonds to 10 on the Twinkle website. This is one that I used to use all the time with my reception class. They like it because you're timed, you see how many different points you can get in that time. And the idea is they've got to click which number would add to that number to make 10. Obviously, your child will have to have a bit of kind of understanding of number bonds beforehand. Don't just do this straight away, as this is really focusing on that automatic recall, which will really help them as they go into Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 as well. So another idea is for subtraction. Rather than get your child to use their fingers, you could also use a glove. That's just a bit of a way to make it a little bit more visual for some children, and they can physically manipulate it rather than having to worry about using their fingers. So again, they could make a number sentence and see if they can physically put down that amount of fingers, and then they can count how many are left over. Again, get your child to tell you what that number sentence is at the end as well. So that's all my activities for today, but we do have a really handy guide on the Twinkle Parents Hub that's full of activities for learning how to count, including activities that you could do out and about, and also different things like bowling as well. Lots of fun activities that are, again, quick and easy to do, but will really support your little one. Again, if you've got any activities that you like to do at home for maths, please feel free to share them in the comment section so that other parents can have a go as well. That's it from me today, but I'll be back on Friday for a live all about Read a Book Day with lots of activities based on reading. I hope you have a fantastic day and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks again.